The Disappearing Pinwheel gives us two beautiful quilt blocks, two designs in one. This is really a cool one. I want to show you how we did it. Very simple. We're only starting with half square triangles, which you're all accustomed to already. These are a little large though. I want to point out that I made my half square triangles larger. These are 6.5 inches finished right now. I've squared them off, but a 6.5 inch, hang on one second while I do my pinwheel the right way. I'm like, wait a minute, something's wrong here. That's it. And like that. Sometimes it's a struggle. How am I going to get this right? Anyhow, we take these 4 half square triangles, right? We're going to make a pinwheel out of these 4 things. I want to point something out though. The reason these are large, these are 6.5 inch HSTs, because this project needs to be large. When we get into the cutting and the restitching together, there are a lot of seams. Now I tried this with a 9-inch pinwheel, and for me, I just stopped halfway because it was too many seams. That's why I went larger with these. And very important, on this project, while I usually press my seams to one side, press all of your seams open. It's very important because when you deal with a lot of seams, if you've pressed to one side or another, the bulk involved, it's just too much. It's not worth doing, all right? So let me get rid of those guys. And here is my pinwheel, okay? Now my pinwheel is a 12-inch square, okay? This is a 12-inch quilt block. I started because the disappearing pinwheel depends upon something unique. You know, we've done disappearing things before where we cut 1 inch away from the center line on both and rotate it. The disappearing pinwheel requires 3 equal columns. So that's why I wanted my square to be 12 inches because it's easily divisible by 3, okay? So when I line this up, I'm going to line it up on my rotating mat this way because I know that I'm going to cut at the 4-inch line and at the 8-inch line, okay? Then I'm going to rotate, so I'm going to do this while you watch. And again, if you've never done this on a rotating cutting mat, I highly recommend it. It's really, really nice. You just have to be careful when you move your ruler that you don't move the fabric, okay? So far, so good. Now I'm going to rotate this and do the same thing again on the 4-inch line and on the 8-inch line, because that will give me my 3 equal columns. And that will work right there. So like any disappearing act with quilt blocks, we're just going to rotate pieces, okay? So if I start with my corners and I rotate all of my black pieces into the center, that's a good start. And then what's unique about this is these pieces are also the same size as our corner pieces. So I'm going to take each of these pieces. First, I'm going to put the black to the outside. So let me do that. And I'll show you which one I'm making here by doing that. There's the finished block on this, just by rotating these pieces like that. See, that will be that block, and it's beautiful. And of course, to re-sew these together, you treat these as rows. I would sew these 2 together and these 2. Then I would sew the 2nd row together and the 3rd row, and then do your rows together. So that's how you do it. That's how we do that one, which is really pretty. Now the second version looks like this, and all it is these same square pieces rotated so the black stripe goes on the inside. So when I rotate all these here, that is now what that's going to be. So it's very simple to do, but like I said, do it in a larger form first. Try to get a 12-inch quilt block first. It's easily divisible by 3, and press all those seams open because look on the back, there's lots of seams here, you know, so just be careful with that. This is a beautiful, beautiful finish to a simple pinwheel. I absolutely love it. I hope you'll try it, and happy sewing.